Welcome back to Vehicle Review, the channel where we explore the cars that define not just the present but also the future. Today, I am truly excited to bring you a story that is more than just about horsepower or design. It is about history, nostalgia, and innovation all wrapped into one remarkable package. The car we are reviewing is the 2026 Citroën 2CV, a modern reimagining of one of the most beloved cars in automotive history. To understand why this car matters so much, let's go back in time for a moment. In 1948, Citroën unveiled the very first 2CV at the Paris Motor Show. The world had just emerged from the shadow of war, and Europe needed affordable, practical, and reliable transportation. The 2CV was designed to be a people's car, something so simple that even farmers could drive it across muddy fields with a basket of eggs in the back seat without breaking them. It was lightweight, fuel efficient, and so unique in design that it immediately stood out. Over the decades, it became more than just a car. It became a symbol of freedom, of youth, and of practicality. Millions were sold, and it won the hearts of people all across Europe and beyond. Fast forward to 2026, and Citroën decided it was time to bring this legend back, but not as a museum piece. Instead, they reimagined it for a new generation that cares about sustainability, technology, and style, but also longs for something with character. The result is the 2026 Citroën 2CV, a car that respects its past while boldly stepping into the future. Let's start with the design. At first sight, you can see the unmistakable DNA of the original 2CV. The rounded headlights, the sloping roofline, and the minimalistic but friendly shape are all there. But Citroën has cleverly modernized every detail. The headlights are now full LED with smart adaptive features that adjust depending on road conditions. The grille is closed off since it's an electric car, but it still carries a retro-inspired pattern that gives a nod to the original. The body is smoother, with aerodynamic curves that help efficiency, but it still feels approachable, almost playful. The 2CV was never about being aggressive or intimidating. It was about being friendly, accessible, and stylish in its own way. The 2026 version captures that essence perfectly. Now, let's talk about what's under the skin. This is a fully electric car, built on Citroën's latest EV platform. It comes with a 55 kWh battery pack, giving it a real-world range of around 320 kilometers, or about 200 miles. That may not sound like a record-breaking number, but remember, the 2CV was never about speed or long-distance dominance. It was about practicality, affordability, and getting people where they needed to go reliably. Charging is quick too, with fast charging support that can bring the battery from 20 to 80% in just under 30 minutes. For city driving, commuting, and weekend trips, the new 2CV offers more than enough. Performance-wise, the electric motor delivers around 140 horsepower. That might sound modest compared to some of today's EVs, but it's more than enough for a car this size. 0 to 60 miles per hour comes in around 8.5 seconds, which is way faster than the original 2CV could ever dream of. More importantly, the driving experience is smooth, quiet, and responsive. Citroën has tuned the suspension to prioritize comfort, just like the original. Bumps and potholes are absorbed with ease, and the steering feels light, making it perfect for urban environments. Step inside, and the charm continues. The interior is a wonderful balance between minimalism and modern technology. The dashboard has a clean design, inspired by the simplicity of the original, but now features a digital cluster and a large infotainment screen in the center. The screen supports the latest connectivity options like Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Citroën's own navigation and vehicle management software. But what really stands out are the small design details. The seats, for example, have a retro fabric pattern that is reminiscent of the old 2CV, but they're ergonomically designed with modern comfort in mind. Even the door handles and window switches carry small nods to the past, reminding you that this car has a legacy. Practicality has also been preserved. The 2CV was famous for being a car you could take anywhere and use for anything. The new model continues that with a surprisingly roomy interior, foldable rear seats, and a decent amount of cargo space. Citroën even included roof bars for extra storage, acknowledging the adventurous spirit of the original owners who often loaded their cars with all kinds of gear. Safety and technology are, of course, up to modern standards. The car comes with advanced driver assistance systems such as lane keeping assist, adaptive cruise control, emergency braking, and even a semi-autonomous driving mode for highway cruising. These features make the 2026 2CV not just a nostalgic car but a practical, everyday companion for modern life. But here is what really makes this car special. It is not just the specifications, the design, or the technology. It is the feeling it gives you. When you see it, when you sit in it, and when you drive it, you feel connected to something bigger. You feel the history, the millions of people who once drove the original, and you realize you're part of a story that started nearly 80 years ago. That's something very few cars can achieve. The 2026 Citroën 2CV is not trying to compete with luxury EVs or high-performance sports cars. It is trying to offer something different: character, charm, and a sense of belonging. It reminds us that cars don't always have to be about the fastest acceleration or the largest screens. Sometimes, the best cars are the ones that make us smile. So, is the 2026 Citroën 2CV the perfect car? That depends on what you're looking for. If you want a high-performance machine, you might look elsewhere. But if you want a car that is affordable, practical, sustainable, and full of personality, then this car is absolutely worth considering. It captures the heart just like the original did, and in today's world, that's a rare achievement. And that's our deep dive into the 2026 Citroën 2CV, a car that proves legends never truly die, they just evolve. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Vehicle Review, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Would you drive the new 2CV, or do you prefer the classics? I'd love to hear what you think.